and algebraic expression. Do you know how to simplify, or do you know how to evaluate? Do you have an idea how we usually evaluate or simplify an algebraic expression? Okay, so I am going to share to you a slide with which I was able to get from the internet. Okay, so this is what we are going to use, and then we are actually going to discuss this. Okay, okay. So this is all about simplifying and evaluating algebraic expressions. Look at this. So our objective is to give a brief review of simplifying algebraic expressions and evaluating algebraic expressions. Okay, we all know what is an algebraic expression, right? An algebraic expression is a collection of real numbers, variables, grouping symbols, and operation symbols. Real numbers, it starts from 1 million, or 1 to 1 million, something like that. Variables, any letters that we can find in the alphabet. Grouping symbols, what are those grouping symbols? Parentheses, brackets, so these are grouping symbols. And operation symbols, what are operation symbols? Who can tell me what are the operation symbols? We are doing that one every now and then. So what are operation symbols? Anyone? Or we call that one as basic operation. What are the basic operation? Ah, so the operation symbols are addition, multiplication, division, and subtraction. So these are operation symbols, or the basic operations that we usually use, right? Okay, so these are some examples of algebraic expressions. Take note, these are all algebraic expressions. We cannot call this one as algebraic equation because it doesn't have an equal sign. It doesn't have an equal sign. If you can see if you can see an equal sign, it can now be called as algebraic equation. But since there is no equal sign from the given expression, then we can only say that this is only, or these are only algebraic expression. So 5x squared, 5 here is our coefficient. X is a variable, and then 2 is actually an exponent or a power. And then plus here is the operation symbols, which is actually the addition. And then X, another variable. And then minus or negative is operation symbols. And 7 is actually a number or a real number, or they call this one as constant. 4 can also be called as algebraic expression. 1/3 xy is another algebraic expression, minus 5 over 7. So it can either be a fraction, it can either be a whole number. Okay? And then look at this. This parenthesis is actually what I am telling you. This is the grouping symbols. This is actually the grouping symbols. And then let us consider the example 5x squared plus x minus 7. 5x squared plus x minus 7. We were able to discuss the terms of the expression. How many terms can we see from this given example? 5x squared plus x minus 7. We can say that there are actually 3 terms, right? There are actually 3 terms. What are those terms? The first is 5x squared, the second is x, and the last is negative 7. If you look at it, you can see that there is no symbol, or there is no positive sign beside the 5 as well as beside the x, it's all because these are all positive. So if we have a positive number, we usually doesn't place a positive in front of a term. We only write the negative sign. We only write the negative sign. So the coefficient of a variable term is the real number factor. So 5 here is our coefficient. This is the first term which has a coefficient of 5. Whereas for the x, it is actually, although we cannot see any number beside the x, but we can say that the coefficient we have beside this x, beside this variable x, is actually an invisible one, or it is actually 1. Okay, when we actually has a variable which doesn't have any number at all, then it must be 1. Okay, it must be 1. The coefficient, we cannot see any coefficient, therefore the coefficient here is 1. You cannot see any power or exponent, meaning the exponent is actually also 1. Okay, the last term is negative 7. It is called constant. It is called constant since there is no variable in the term. It is actually called constant. Can you see any other variable beside the x? No. Or beside the number 7 or negative 7? No. We cannot see any variable beside negative 7. We can only see the constant negative 7 or the number negative 7. Okay. So these are two important skills for simplifying expression. Yes, we are actually going to use the distributive property and combining like terms. The first is to use the distributive property and the second is combining like terms. Then we will use both skills in the same simplifying problem. Okay, what is a distributive property? Take note, I am asking you to please write, okay? Write it on your notebook. Write while we are actually having the discussion or the lesson, you need to write it on your notebook. Okay? Get a notebook and a paper, a notebook, a ball pen, and a pencil. Then write while I am actually discussing about the slide. Okay? So what is a distributive property? What is a distributive property? Distributive property, to simplify some expressions, we may need to use the distributive property. How do we use the distributive property? Okay, so there are this model. A times B plus C is equals to BA plus CA. How did it become BA plus CA? Okay, look at this. A times B would give us AB or BA. Copy the sign because it is all positive. Then multiply A by C, which will give us CA or AC. Okay, so distributive property, this number here or this term here should be multiplied from those inside the parentheses. So A times B would give us AB or BA. Copy the sign since both of them are positive. Plus, and then A times C would give us AC or CA. AC or CA. What are the examples? Look at this. So these are the examples. 6. 6 is our A, X is our B, and 2 is our C. So what we are going to do is to distribute. How do we distribute? 6 times X, and then copy the sign, and then 6 times 2, such as this one. So 6 times x, copy the signs, this one is actually, all of these are positive, plus 2 times 6. So 6 times x would give us 6x. Copy the sign again, then 2 times x would give us 12. So this is the answer. This is the answer. Okay, how about this one? The other example. For example number 2, look at this. The sign of the 4 here is actually negative. The sign of 4 here is actually negative. So we are going to distribute everything by multiplying those inside the parentheses by negative 4. So x times negative 4, okay, minus, this one is the minus sign, 3 times negative 4 again. Okay, when I am going to multiply negative 4 by x, it would give me negative 4x. And then if I am going to multiply negative 3 and negative 4, it would give me positive value. Remember the multiplication of integers? Negative times negative would give us positive. That's why the answer is positive 12. Positive times positive will also give us positive. Negative times positive would give us negative. And negative times and positive times negative would also give us negative. Okay, look at this. Okay, I am not going to expose everything. So try distributing property on negative 7 times quantity x minus 2. Write it on the chat box. Write it on the chat box. Write it down on the chat box. Okay, look at this. First is to multiply this negative 7 to x. And then the next one is to multiply this negative 7 to negative 2. What will be your answer? What will be your answer? Again, first is to multiply negative 7 by x. So it will become negative 7. Sorry for the, I do not know what kind of 7 is this.
Samirah,
Yes?
I want to try the practice one.
Okay. Can you write it down on the chat box?
No, I'm a bit confused, but I'll try.
Okay.
X minus 2.
Okay, times
I don't
negative.
know.
Okay, distribute. Negative 7 times x. What would be our product? Negative 7 times x. Anyone? Like this one, negative 4 times x. The product is negative 4. How about this one? Negative 7 times x. What would be the product? What would it be the product? Anyone? Negative 7 times x. Okay? And then minus negative 7 times 2. Oops. Okay, so that you will not get confused. Okay, minus 2 times negative 7. Negative 7. Negative 7 times x. What will be the product? Negative 7 times x. Anyone?
Negative x times x equals x.
The answer would be negative 7x, right? The answer will be negative 7x. And then look at this. Simply copy the negative sign. 2 times negative 7. 2 times negative 7. You are multiplying positive number and negative number. What will be your answer? 2 times negative 7. Anyone?
2 times
Negative 7.
negative 7.
Yes, what will be your answer? Multiply negative integer to positive integer. What will be your sign? The sign will be negative, right? So 2 times 7.
Negative 4.
Very good. Negative 14. Okay, look at that. And then negative 7x. Okay. Negative 7x. Negative, take note of the negative outside. Negative times negative 14. Negative times negative 14. Negative times the like sign. Negative
Negative
times negative.
if plus
What will be the answer? Is it positive or negative also?
negative
Is it
and
negative?
positive because negative.
Positive. Very good. So positive 14. Therefore, our answer will be negative 7x plus 14. So we may actually look at it and check if we have the correct answer. Okay, look at this. Negative 7x plus 14. Okay? So the answer is actually correct, which is negative 7x plus 14. Okay? Do you have some questions? Do you want to ask some questions? Anyone? So if you look at it, we have the same answer. Right? Okay, who would like to ask question? Do you have some questions, everyone?
Yes, I have a
Okay,
lot.
okay. What is your question?
I'm a bit confused to do what do I do to distribute the property
Yeah, so what part of this distributive property
on
are you
the
confused?
specific number.
Ah,
And
so
I think it's all of them. I don't
you,
understand it that well.
it is just simply like this, Marco. Look at this. 7, negative 7 times x. It would give us this one. And then negative, copy these 2, negative 2 times negative 7. Look at that. And then we all know that if you multiply positive and negative integers, we can get negative answer or product. So negative 7x. And then we are going to multiply two the same sign integer, or then we can have a positive sign, which will become the product. So positive, and then 2 times 7 would give us 14. It would give us 14. Okay? What else? Okay, look at this. Can we be able to combine these two? Can we be able to combine these two? What do you think? Can I say that my answer would be positive 7x? Can I say that my answer would be positive 7x? What do you think?
Hold
Huh? Can I combine these two?
it is negative 7. It is positive 7x.
Yeah, can I do that? Can I do that? Can I be able to do this? And that will become my final answer?
Yes,
Are you sure?
yes.
Okay, how about the others? So Mark is very brave enough to say that I can actually combine these negative 7x and 14. How about the others? Can I do that? Anyone? Can you only send a thumbs up sign? A thumbs up sign from your what do you call this one? From your what is that? Thumbs up sign. Can you do that? Anyone? Hello. Okay. I would like to remove this one first. Okay. Is Mark correct that I will be able, or that I can be able to combine these two? Anyone in that? What do you think? Can I combine negative 7x and positive 14? do you think? Anyone? Hello? Can I do that? Tristan? Can I combine these two, negative 7x and positive 14, which will give me positive 7x? Huh? Nobody is answering. Do I have a student here? Do I have some students? Shitya. How about Shitya? What do you think? Can I be able to combine negative 7x and positive 14? Yes or no? Just simply answer me with yes or no. According to Mark, yes. How about you? How about in your opinion, can I do that? Is it true that Mark is correct that I can be able to do that? Huh? Inda, how about Inda? What do you think, Inda? Can I do that? Will this not be my final answer? What do you think? Hello everyone. Can you answer me please? Nobody is answering me. How about Honey? How about Honey? What do you think, Honey? Can I be able to add or subtract the two terms such as the negative 7 and the positive 14? Ah, Honey? Aaron?
F.
Yes? Okay, so both Mark and Honey agreed. How about Aaron? What do you think, Aaron? Aaron, can I be able to add or subtract negative 7x plus 14, which will give me positive 7x? What do you think? Ah, hello? How about Inda? Again, Inda. Just simply say yes or no. Just simply say yes or no. What do you think? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So everybody decided that we can actually combine negative 7x and 14. Okay, look at this. The first term
Wait,
here, what?
I think it's no. I think we can, but I feel it's
Can
like
we do that?
no.
Why do you think we cannot do that, Mark?
Because in 14, no variable such x.
No variable. Very good. At least you saw it by yourself, right? We cannot do that because if you look at 14, this is simply constant. There is no variable beside it. Therefore, we cannot add this negative 7x to 14. So this will become the final answer. Look at this. The first term is negative 7x and the second term is 14. If I am going to inspect carefully, I can see that the first term actually has a variable x, while the second term doesn't have a variable x. Therefore, I cannot add or subtract these two terms. Okay? I cannot add or subtract these two terms. Therefore, this is my final answer, negative 7x plus 14. Okay? So this one, examples with 1 and negative 1. So this, the first example or the example number 3 is x minus 2. Quantity x minus 2. If I am going to look at it, there is actually the invisible one outside the parenthesis. This one, the one which was written in red. And then if I am going to distribute this 1 by simply multiplying 1 by x and multiplying 1 by negative 2, this is what will look like. This is how it will look like, right? x times 1, this one, negative 2 times 1, this one. So we all know that through identity property, or if I am going to multiply this and any number to a variable or to a number itself, if I am going to multiply 1 from a variable or from a number also, the answer would be that variable and would be that number. So x times 1 would still be x, copy the sign, and 2 times 1 would still be 2. So this is the final answer. And then for example 4, if you look at it, there is actually the presence of negative sign outside the parentheses. There is actually the presence of negative sign outside the parentheses. It only tells us that there is this invisible one outside the parentheses. So negative times quantity 4x minus 3 is simply as this one. Negative 1 times 4x minus 3. Distribute this negative 1. So 4x times negative 1 minus 3 times negative 1. So 4x minus 1, take note, we are going to multiply the variable or the term from negative 1. And if we look at it, 4x, the first term is actually a positive, right? It is actually positive. So I am going to multiply this one to negative. That would give me negative 4x. That would give me negative 4x. And then since if you look at it, there is this negative sign before the 3. And I am going to multiply negative 1 from the negative 3. So negative times negative would give me positive 3. It would give me positive 3. Take note, this is your final answer because the first term is different from the second term. How does it become different? How does it become different? The first term has a variable while the second term doesn't have a variable. Okay? If you notice, multiplying by positive 1 does nothing to the expression inside the parentheses. So if quantity x minus 2, when we multiplied it by positive 1, just the same. The answer is also x minus 2. And then when we multiply this algebraic expression to negative 1, we saw that there is the changes of sign in each term. So everything inside this parenthesis actually has changes. This actually has changes. The positive 4x becomes negative 4x while the negative 3 becomes positive 3. Okay? That is what happened. Okay, this is like terms. I am talking about like terms earlier or unlike terms. 4x and 7 are unlike terms. They are not the same term. So what does it mean when we talk about like terms? Like terms are terms with the same variables. Take note, like terms are terms with the same variables raised to the same power. Like terms are terms with the same variables raised to the same power. Okay? So meaning if I have 4x squared, I am going to add it with x squared. I can do that because they have the same variable x and they also have the same power, which is 2. Right? Okay, there is this hint. The idea is that the variable part of the terms must be identical for them to be like terms. Must be identical for them to be like terms. What are the examples? Like terms, 5x and negative 14x. These are like terms. Take note, they both have variable x. 6.7xy is just the same with 0.2xy. So we consider this one as like terms. They have the same variable and they have the same exponent which are both 1. Okay, xy and then another xy. So the variable factors are identical. And then when we talk about unlike terms, we can say that, oh, 5x is not the same with 8y. The variable of 5 is x, while the variable of 8 is y. And then if you look at this, the second example of unlike terms, 3x squared y, negative 3x squared y, while the second one is 8xy squared. The first one has a variable x which has the power of 2, while the second one has a variable x but it doesn't have a power of 2. The first one has a variable y, while the second y actually has a power of 2. Therefore, they are not the same term. They are called unlike terms. So the variable factors are not identical, or the variable factors are not the same. Okay? Okay, question. Question, everyone. Do you have some questions? Mark, you have some questions? Are you still confused? But you are actually telling us that you are quite confused earlier, but you were able to analyze it before I reveal the answer, right? You saw that, oh, there is such a difference between the two. Therefore, I may not be, or I cannot be able to combine the two terms. It's all because the first term has a variable x, while the second term doesn't have a variable x. So, can you understand it now, or do you still have some questions? Ah, how about the others? The others are just simply looking at me. They do not want to ask question. What happened? What is happening? Nicholas and
Because
Noel, I miss you.
I feel
Yeah, you are not with us for how many meetings already? Yesterday you are not with us, right? That is why I am actually looking at you. Okay, do you have some question, Nicholas or Noel?
No,
Oh,
miss.
okay, no. How about Feby? Feby, do you have some questions, Feby? Don't you,
no
do you,
teacher.
okay, thank you very much, Feby. How about the rest? How about the rest? Okay, how do we combine like terms? How do we combine like terms? Okay, look at this. By combining like terms, we recall the distributive property. We recall the distributive property. What is the distributive property again? A should be multiplied to those inside the parentheses, which will become B, or A times B is this one. Copy the sign, and then A times C is this one. So it is just like this one. Okay, look at this. It is just like this. That one, the first one is that one, and the second one would be that one. That is how we are going to combine or to distribute the property of multiplication. Okay? To see how like terms are combined, use the distributive property in reverse. To see how like terms are combined, use the distributive property in reverse. So look at this. So 5x plus 7x. This should be the answer, like this one, right? This is the reverse. This is actually the answer. But what we did was, instead of writing the original given expression, what we did was, we actually write the answer. Okay, we usually write first the answer. So we are actually writing in reverse. So we wrote the answer, and then take note, every one of them, they have this variable x. Okay, they have this variable x. And then we can see that there is this common between the first term and there is this common between the first term and the second term. I can actually get that out and combine these two constant and place it in a parenthesis. By that alone, I can see that what I did was actually correct. Okay? So look at this. So x and multiplied by quantity 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. Multiply 12 by x or by variable x, it would give us 12x. It would give us 12x. Okay? Okay, next. Example. Okay, so all that work is not necessary every time. Simply identify the like terms and add their coefficients. Look at this. What are the like terms here? What are the like terms? The like terms are 4x and then this negative x and then this 7y as well as this 5y. It was already arranged. So what we are going to do is just perform the operation. So 4x minus x would give us 3x. Why is it 3x? It's all because 4x is positive, right? And take note, 4 is bigger than 1. So we copied the sign of the bigger number, which is 4. That is why we got positive. And then we subtracted 1 from 4. It gives us 3x. And then 7 and 5 will be 12. Just simply copy all the variable y. So the final answer would be 3x plus 12y. 3x plus 12y. This one. So collecting like terms. So if you saw an algebraic expression such as this one, what you need to do is to reorder the terms. What does it mean reorder? It means that you need to arrange it by order. All those which has the same variable, may it be different in power, something like that. But all those who have the same variable should be placed in one side, and then the other one same variable will also be placed on the other side. So 4x squared, and then we saw another one which is 12x squared, and then we saw another one 4x, and another one is negative 3x, and then next is negative 13y, and then positive 3. So if I'm going to look at it, it was already arranged in order. So 4x squared and 12x squared. Can we be able to add these two? Can we be able to add these two terms? Yes, we can, because they have both a variable x and is the same power 2. So 4 plus 12 is 16. Copy this variable x as well as this power 2. And then 4x minus 3x. 4x minus 3x. We can also combine these two because they have the same variable. Look at this. Positive and negative. Different sign. So instead of adding, we need to subtract. Which is bigger, 4 or 3? Bigger is 4. What is the sign of 4? It is positive. So 4 minus 3 is 1 or simply x, because we do not usually write the 1, especially if there is the presence of the variable. And then negative 13y. Can you see any other terms which has the same variable with negative 13y? No, there is no such term as negative 13y within this algebraic expression. Therefore, copy only negative 13y. Same with plus 3 or positive 3. There is no such thing as positive 3 or a constant within this algebraic expression. Then we only need to copy this. So this will be the final answer. This will be the final answer. Question. Who has some question? If you do not have some questions, I'm going to give you a worksheet. You need to answer the worksheet. Do you have some questions? Anyone? Hello,
There's another slide.
Ah,
There's another slide than this.
okay, maybe I need to show you first this activity so that you may be able to analyze also. Look at this. Okay, wait. I need to go back to the activity that I was able to find. Okay. Okay. Look at this. Write it on your notebook, okay? Write it on your notebook. Then afterwards, we are going to check it. Okay, look at this. So simplify expression worksheet. What do we need to do? We only need to simplify the expression. We do not evaluate yet, but we only simplify. Meaning we need to make reorder and then combine all like terms. Okay, look at this for 1A. 1A. What are the algebraic expressions? Negative 1 plus 5b minus 14b minus 1 plus b. What will be our final answer? Negative 1 plus 5b minus 4b minus 1 plus b. What would be our final answer? What would be your final answer? One? Hello? What would be your final answer? Negative 1 plus 5b minus 4b minus 1 plus b. You only need to reorder. Get everything which has a variable b, and then on the other side, let or copy all those which has a constant only. Then you will be able to get the answer. What would it be? Anyone? Write it on your chat box.
Oh, I'm not on. I'll just message Miss Samirah and don't say Miss Samirah because it's an it's a it's a trick to simplify this expression.
Okay, so you can actually just simply listen first. If you do not really know, simply listen first. Maybe you will be able to get it. Okay, who would like to answer? Anyone? Who would like to answer? So I will give you
Please
an
wait.
example. Ah,
Please wait.
okay. Give me anyone. Give me your answer. Okay, I saw a new negative 1 plus negative 1 is 0. Okay, look at this. They have the same integer. We are going to add two same sign integer. Both are negative. Are you going to subtract it? There are two negative 1, right? If I am going to add these two negative 1, what will be my answer? Will it be 0 or will it be negative 2? Take note, you are adding two same sign number. So if I am going to add two same sign number, am I going to subtract it or am I going to add it? Anyone? Very good, Mark. Mark is actually trying, He is very vocal uh, about the lesson with which he said he cannot understand, but still he's trying? How about the others? Please try your best. We need to learn. We are not here to simply listen. We need to practice. Take note, we are here to practice. Do not, okay? Do not simply look at me. Just practice. Mathematics is actually practice. Always practice. You cannot memorize mathematics. You need to at least practice so that you will be able to understand mathematics. Very hard, very hard. Okay. Okay. Do not get depressed. Do not call this one. You need to listen only. Just simply listen. Do not force yourself if you cannot understand. I will have to give you the correct answer later. So do not be stressed out with this problem. Okay. So look at this. What I'm going to do is that I am simply going to write all these numbers with variable b. So 5b, oops, sorry, 5b minus 4, 4b plus b, okay, take note, plus b minus 1, okay? Okay, 5 minus 4, 5 minus
minus
4,
4 equals 1.
1 or b, 1
1
plus 1, 1 plus 1,
equals 2.
2. Therefore, it will give me 2b, right? 2b. Okay. Negative 1 minus 1. Both of them has the same sign. Both of them has the same sign. Negative 1 minus 1. What will be your answer? They have the same sign. Am I going?
Wait, let me thinking. Negative 1 minus
1.
1.
Yes,
2
negative
minus
1.
2.
Very good. That will be, what will be the sign? Is it positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Very good. Oh, if you look at it, you're the one who answered this one. It is actually correct. The correct
That's just
answer
my,
will be
but
minus. Just give yourself a chance. Do not get too stressed out. I know you can do it. Okay? I know you can do it, Mark. How about the answer? The final answer here is 2b minus 2. How about for 2a? How about for 2a? What will be our answer? So 2s. 2s here is, look at this, 2s minus, I'm going to multiply first what is inside the parentheses and the s. So it will give me negative 10s, right? And then after which, okay, negative times negative. The outside negative will be multiplied to the inside negative. That would give me positive. So 2s plus, okay, plus 10s. What will be our answer? 2s plus 10s. What will be your answer? Anyone? 2 plus 10. 2 plus 10.
12S.
12s. Very good, Noel. The correct answer is 12s. Okay? Slowly by slowly, we do not have a race here. We need to understand slowly by slowly. Okay, how about this number 3? So again, you need to rewrite this one according to its variable. You need to make sure that you write everything which has the same variable. So negative 7n. What is the other term which has the same next step n only, a variable n? There is
Miss
not.
Amira,
Yes.
it will be easier if just make a line to separate the number.
Yeah, you can do that. Actually, that is what I am actually trying to tell you. You can actually make a strategy how you are actually going to solve it. You can make
7n.
yes. You can actually make a strategy. This is what is Mark is trying to tell us. So I'm going to make a line and then negative 7n, right Mark? Negative 7n. And then next is and 3ny. 3ny. And then another is 2. And then another is 9y. Do you see any other X term which has the same variable n only? No. Do you see any other term which has the variables n and y?
I see it.
Yes. What
I
are
see it.
yes, you saw it, right? That is 10
3ny
and
plus
y.
10ny.
Yeah, 10 and y. Do you think we left something out here or we all wrote everything? I think we already wrote everything. So negative 7n, copy, because there is no other variable and present in the algebraic expression. And then 3ny plus 10ny. 3ny plus 10ny. 3 plus 10.
13.
13. Copy the variable n, y. And then 2. Can you see any other constant here without any variable beside it?
In what number?
2. Can you see any other
2.
constant? Only 2, right? So it is positive
Yes.
2 plus 2. And then ny, 9y. Can you see any other term which has only a variable y? What do you think? Can you see any other term which has only variable y? No, right? So we will write 9y only. We can also arrange that y. That y. We can also arrange that one. We need to write what are those present with the n only, and then the ny, and then the y, and then the last would be the positive 2. Okay, look at this. I need to show you the answer so that you can see the answer. So the first one is actually 2b minus 2. This is correct. The second one is actually 12s, which is also correct. Look at this. It is actually also correct, 12s. And then the third one is, okay, look at this, 13ny present, negative 7n, plus 9y, and plus 2. The only thing with which we need to do with this one is to arrange it according to how, look at this, the ny, and then the n, and then the y, and then the positive 2. Right? Can arrange that one. Negative 13ny, and then negative 7n, and then positive 9y, and then the 2. Can you get it? You slowly get it, Mark? How about Aaron? Aaron is simply looking at the slides. How about Aaron? Can you understand, Aaron? Hello? Huh? Can you get it? Do you have some questions, Aaron?
No, miss.
No? How about Feby? How about Feby? Do you understand Feby?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so do not forget to combine all terms, all like terms. All like terms. If they have the same variable but they do not have the same power, then it is not called like terms. They need to have the same variable as well as the same power to be considered as like terms. Okay? Next question. What else? You still have some questions? Look at this mark. Oh. 10K. And then another one is negative 7KS. And then there is the
10,000.
yeah, 1,000, 10,000. There is this 5ks, and then there is negative s. So if you look at it, I am going to write first the negative 7ks, followed by positive 5ks, and then the positive 10k, and then the negative s, and then the positive 1. Then, after which combine the negative 7ks and positive 5ks, that would give us negative 2ks. So the answer will be negative 2ks plus 10k minus s plus 1.
Please say 10,000.
Yeah, negative 2ks plus 10k minus s plus 1. Okay?
That is 10,000. 10K means
10,000. K
10,000.
is actually shortcut for 1,000. Kilo. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand? If I am going to tell you, okay, I will have to give you quiz on Tuesday. Will you be
No,
able?
please.
Okay, so what
Uh,
is that you cannot understand?
Please, I want to do it.
Yeah. Okay, try this. Negative 4c and negative 5c. By simply looking at it, what will be your answer? Negative 4c minus 5c. That is actually very easy. What will be your answer?
Let me see. Negative,
Negative 4c minus 5c.
wait. Negative 4C minus 5C.
Yes.
Is it 9C?
What will be the sign? What will be the sign? It will be negative 9c. Very good.
9C.
Yes, it is negative 9c. How about this one? This one is multiplication. We will not go to that one yet. Or how about this one? 2t minus 4t plus 1 minus 8t. 2t minus 4t plus 1 minus 8t. 2t, 2 minus 4.
2 minus 4
Yes.
equals 2.
What will be the sign?
Wait.
2 minus
2
4. Which
minus
is
4
bigger?
equals negative 2.
Huh? 2t minus 4t. 4 is bigger than 2 and 4 has a sign of a negative sign. What will be my sign? 2t minus 4t.
2t minus 4t equals negative 2t.
Very good. Negative 2t minus 8t. Negative 2t minus 8t. 2 plus 8. 2 plus 8.
2 plus 8 equals
Yes.
10.
Okay, copy the sign which is negative. So negative 10t and then plus 1. There is no other constant here besides 1. So the
1 is
correct answer
alone.
would be negative 10t plus 1. Let us see. Negative 10t plus 1. Can you see it? Negative 10t plus 1. You see it, Mark?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, how about the others?
I want to try myself.
Okay, try it by yourself. How about this number 6?
6B.
Yeah, 6b.
I see 3T.
Oh, negative. Take note, the sign for 3t is negative, right? Negative 3t plus 7t.
It's very hard to make a difference, a minus and negative.
Just always remember, if there are two integers, which if you are going to add or subtract two integers, which has the same sign, okay, add two the same integers, two same sign integer. For example, negative 4 and negative 5. So the answer would be negative 9. I just simply add it. Then I copy the sign. And then if I am going to add two this different sign integer, -4 plus 5. -4 plus 5. Which is bigger? The 4 or the 5? Which is bigger? The 4 or the 5? 5. What is the sign of 5? Is it positive or negative?
Wait. How did
-4 plus 5. -4
plus
plus
5.
5. Yes.
-4 plus 5.
What is the sign of 5? The sign of 5 is positive, right? Oh, you are going to subtract the 2. That would give you positive 1 or 1. You can slowly learn that one. We will continue with our lesson next meeting. Okay? Okay, so it's already 8:01. I almost forgot the time. So it's already
8:01.
8:01. Yeah. So we will see each other next week. So it's actually, I think it's very, what do you call this one? We still need to have more time, right? Okay, so since it's already 8:01, some of you may not have eaten their dinner yet. So you can have your dinner now. See you again next week. Bye for now. Do not worry. We will continue with our lesson. Our lesson for today until next week before we will have the quiz. Okay? Bye for now. Paalam everyone. See you again next meeting. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
Miguel.
Goodbye.